I did was turn on the camera and already, man, really? All right, so I'm gonna do my intro while she calms down. So this is gonna be the June forecast for the collective. She was napping, so she's not camera ready either, but she's always gorgeous. Yes, yes. All right, so this is gonna be June forecast for the collective. And as I always say, this is for the people that may be new, but even though it says June, it doesn't really matter. What I mean by that is you can apply it to June, yes, but even if this comes up at another time, another year, same as any of the others of my forecast, the messages can still apply because they're all timeless. So if you feel drawn to it, go ahead and watch it. You can watch the general message for the month if you want to. You could also kind of treat it like a pick a card reading. What I mean by that is whichever week you feel drawn to, you can select it that way and apply the messages to whenever you see it. Or you can just listen to the whole thing. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the general message for the month, overall message for the month for June or whenever you see this. And then I'm gonna get into each week. Yay, that's a good point. And then I'm gonna get into each weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4. You having fun seeing yourself on camera? Yes, beautiful. So today I'm gonna be working with the Past Life Oracle deck. Even though it's for past lives, sometimes I read it just intuitively, whether I'm reading it as a past life message or not. I'm also working with the African tarot and the African American tarot. I was really drawn to the color brown today, and even my coffee, my iced coffee I have here is brown. So I think maybe Spirit is just saying that maybe there's a need for grounding, to be grounded, to get out in nature more, outside more, be connected to the earth more, or even be around places that like have a brownish color or tint, like, I don't know, the beach with the sand, you know what I mean? I know that's where I want to be because the weather's warming up. So let's go ahead and put her down. Hopefully she's gonna be done screaming her head off. She's about to grab my earring. And then we can get into this. So I have my assistant here now. Let's jump on in. So I'm gonna start off with the general message for the month, and then we'll get into each week. Starting off with the African American Tarot. I'm hearing a clairaudient message. Y'all know me by now. Most of you do, at least. And I hate it when it's like songs that I don't even know the words to, but it's like one part I'll hear and that one part will apply, and the rest is just the melody because I don't remember. I don't even know the words, but it's that song, Turn Around. Turn around. The song itself, now I remember, I think it's called Bright Eyes. The song itself is a little weird to me in terms of the actual song, but I'm not really reading it in terms of the song itself. I'm seeing it more as a symbolic message, just those parts. So the turnaround, Bright Eyes, is just, I feel Spirit saying more like, look at things from a different perspective, or look at things in a more hopeful light. I know the song itself has nothing to do with that, at least I don't think. I remember the song itself maybe even being a little creepy, but that's not how this clairaudient message is working right now. So hopefully that makes sense. So I'm feeling like Spirit is just saying more so to look at things from a new and different perspective, or things turning around, or looking at things from a brighter or more hopeful perspective this month or coming up. So let's see what comes through. Okay, so the first message for the general message for the month is the Queen of Cups. So and this is also giving me beach vibes for some reason. Maybe you need to spend time near water, a lake, a waterfall, just spending some time outdoors and near water if you can get to it, but if not, that's okay. It's just cleansing. That, or the other opposite, I'm also getting like the desert energy for some people, just for some reason that being like a cleanse. But anyway, Queen of Cups energy is coming through, so there is a need to really trust your intuition. There is a need to really express your emotions, but to do it in a loving way or from a place of love, whether those emotions are difficult to express, whether they are easy, whether they are positive or negative. Spirit is saying that you have to get it out, because in order for you to receive what's to come next, you almost have to do some shadow work through it. And in doing so, things will begin to improve. So there is improvement coming, even though you may not see the results right away. And it's also a way to, Spirit wants you to understand that it's okay to express your emotions. Yes, baby, that's a good point. Thank you. She saw something outside. So Spirit wants you to know that it's okay to express your emotions. And if whoever you're expressing those emotions to are not ready to receive them, then maybe they just don't really need to be so active in your life at this time. Maybe you need to take some space, clear your heads, and figuring out if they can move forward with you or not. Or maybe it's a situation you're dealing with, like an environment, like a job, or going back and forth in your head about something that you need to do or not, or whether or not you want to make a major change. Spirit is saying to really be with those emotions and express those emotions in some way or form. Even if it's not expressing them to someone else, maybe you're writing it out to yourself and then burning it in like a burning bowl ritual kind of thing to put it out to the universe. However you want to work with it, that's a vibe I'm getting, is trusting your intuition and expressing your emotions. Let's see what else Spirit has to say. This is the African Tarot. Let me see, I'm trying to get it in focus. And we have the Two of Pentacles. So this month we may still be going again back and forth with ourselves about choices and decisions. We may be trying to multitask, handling a lot on our plate. We may be still going back and forth with certain people in our lives. Some of us may be trying to find multiple solutions for something, or create multiple money streams is something else. Whoa. Some of us may be trying to create multiple money streams. Some of us may be clearing our throats or working on, again, communication, because that's coming up, or feeling like we have to communicate to a bunch of different people. And what Spirit is saying is to be honest with those people, but don't try to play both sides. Be honest, be direct. But don't try to play both sides. Whoever needs to hear that, Spirit is kind of calling you out on that. It's time to cut out the people pleasing energy. And something that some of you may not realize is that when you're trying to people please or make a bunch of people happy at the same time, it's actually kind of a form of manipulation. It doesn't mean you're coming from a bad place, but it is a form of manipulation because you're not being authentic. So whoever that needed to hear that resonates, go ahead and take that. But it's a need to be very authentic to yourself about the things that you're deciding about. Bless you. Who you're communicating with, what you're communicating. And as you're figuring out what needs to be let go versus what is a priority, you have to be very honest with yourself about things. Let's see what else Spirit has to say. I just saw the message of phobias a few times, so I think some of us are working on releasing phobias or fears. or anxiety. And we have the message of health. So there is a need to focus on health, overall wellness, whether that's physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual health. Focus on health. However that's resonating with you, maybe you want to start looking into different ways to nurture your health in whichever version of health you feel needs to be worked on. Maybe it's a new diet, maybe you're changing your schedule, maybe it's a new workout plan, maybe it's seeing a therapist, maybe it's you working through some of those emotions and expressing your emotions, or maybe it's learning to communicate in a healthier way or to express yourself in a healthier way. There's so many different ways that this message of health could yeah, baby. There's so many different ways that this message of health could be showing up for you, because remember, this is general for the collective. So whether it's mental, emotional, or spiritual health, or all the above. Yeah, health. However health and healing needs to be worked on for you, there's a focus on that, at doing things for your health for this month. So let's go ahead and get into each week. Week 1 is like still like almost this purging, this cleanse. There may be a lot of emotions coming through. There may be a lot of even grief happening. A lot of this grief, I feel, does have to do with change that is happening. It doesn't mean that it's bad change for everybody, because sometimes we even grieve when it's just a major change, even if it's a positive change, because life looks so different. But there is that energy coming through. I'm getting a lot of cleansing vibes. I'm hearing that song from my clairaudience. Was it Hillary Duff? Who sang it? Let the rain fall down and wash away. Whatever the song is, that is coming up. So it's like week 1 is giving cleansing. And I feel like week 1 is really giving cleansing because May was quite challenging for a lot of people. So it's like, yeah, it sure was. It sure was. Yeah, girl. May was cleansing for a lot of people. So it's like washing that energy out to make way for the new, because I also see that there's growth happening. And you see how the sun is shining through the trees up there? It's like we need the change. We need the ups and downs. We need the good and the bad to make this growth, for new life to form. And it's not something that happens quickly. Sometimes it happens over time, slowly. I'm also getting the energy of soaking up wisdom, because I'm seeing, when I'm looking at this tree here, I'm seeing the roots going deep into the earth. And I see a lot of brown, just like I was drawn to in the beginning, a lot of grounding energy. So week 1, maybe we really need to ground in the present, really need to ground into what we're working through, really need to ground and just, you know, take it moment to moment, because with all the change that is happening, yes, with all the change that is happening, all we can do is take it moment to moment. Some of you may actually also have had past lives as a tree or a plant, because they are living, and sometimes I believe trees are spirits that have chosen to experience this life, but just in one place, if that makes sense. So some of you may have spent lives as plants and trees or flowers or some sort of what's it called, like floral life, like that. Yeah, girl. So there's a lot of growth happening in week 1, and also like needing to look up, reach up, aim higher. Yeah. I also see the message of the High Priestess. So there's a need to really trust your intuition and to hold your head up. Spirit is saying be regal, feel regal, meaning like you're valuable. Treat yourself as royal. give yourself the royal treatment, however that resonates with you, and to distance yourself from people or situations that do not value the way you deserve. A lot of you are complaining about people that aren't there for you, but you're there for them. It's time to let those people go. They've shown you who they are. Whoever needed to hear that. Also, the last message I'm hearing for week 1 is to trust the process. It's like this period is tough and challenging, but things will turn again. Like I was saying in the beginning, that turnaround energy. So just like things were great at one point and then shifted, things will get great again. And for some of you, I'm just going to be very clear and direct. You're assuming this is talking about a relationship that's horrible. It's not talking about that. It's talking about when you let go of what's not serving you, things will get great again, even though you had to go through some grief. That was for just a very select people, and you know who you are deep down. But for others of you, this is applying to another area of life. Maybe it's career, maybe it's money, maybe it's health, you know what I mean? Maybe healthy, even just in a sense of just how whether you're feeling good or not every day. Like maybe you're starting to feel better more. Maybe a lot of you are coming out of depression, or at least feeling better. Like it's going to mean different things for people. This is not, meant for any one specific thing. Take whatever resonates with you, release what doesn't. But hopefully that's making sense. Going into week 2. Okay, so this is catching my eye first, so I'm going to start there because it's reversed. So the message is scribe or writer, and it was reversed. So I feel like this is going to mean a few things for different people. For some of you, maybe this is like delayed news that is coming, or you're waiting for some sort of news or communication that just seems like it's taking forever and there's some blockages. For others of you, maybe you're having trouble saying what you need to say. Maybe you're having trouble. Like you keep typing in your notes, or drafting out a note, or drafting out a text, and then changing it and trying to figure out if you want to send it or not, or if that's what you want to say or not. Some of you may be receiving some unexpected actual mail, like actual letters in the mail, maybe, and it's something that either you weren't expecting, so it comes unexpectedly, or it has been delayed. Like maybe you were supposed to get it a long time ago. Or maybe it's a follow-up or something like that in the mail is coming through. That what it feels to me is it's needed and necessary. So however that resonates with you. Some of you are finalizing some like contracts or written communication. Some of you are like finalizing that, or trying to decide if you're going to sign off on something. This could even be related to work as well, or other things that carry that energy that is coming through. Some of you are like manifesting through writing, scripting, that kind of a thing. Yeah, baby. That is coming up also. For week 2, I'm also seeing the message of the Fool. Wait, there it is. Now you can see it. And I'm also seeing the message of the Hermit. So week 2 is like a lot of introspection. Maybe some of you are also doing some journaling or something. Week 2 is really, it feels like planning, like from within. What I mean by that is like you're doing a lot of looking within to yourself so that you can figure out what you want to do next. And you may not understand the journey yet. You may not see all the answers yet, but something's got to change. After looking to the past, you're like, how do I prevent that kind of struggle or hurt from happening again? And the time on the clock is 333 right now. So angel number 333 or spirit number 333, whatever you choose to call it, may be a message for you right now. So week 2, maybe you're seeing a lot of the number 3, but it's also bringing in the energy of manifestation, like doing that manifestation work, that magic, that spell work, putting in the plans, putting in the work. You can't just put a wish out there and then wait for it to come. You also have to do something. You know what I mean? You have to put things to action. So I feel that coming through, but after you've done some inner planning, some inner work, some inner change from within, so that you can see change outside of you as well. I also feel like this is energy of a new life forming, whether that is the life around you, a new life around you that's beginning to form, or whether that is, some of you may be expecting like a child or something like that, however it's resonating for you. And, you know, really going through all the feelings within with however that new life is forming for you or beginning to look, because what was is gone, is what Spirit is saying. Going into week 4, we have a focus on finances. So some of you may be seeing some changes in your finances. Hopefully it's for the better, but some of you may also be needing to be better with your finances or make some changes. But, and as I say that, I see the message of judgment. So some of you may be also needing to make better judgment calls with your finances moving forward, so that you don't have to repeat something of the past that was the issue. Some of you, if you are seeing some improvement in finances, maybe you're using your judgment in terms of what's the best way to, how you want to use that. That kind of energy is coming through. Some of you also, for a select group of you, need to stop judging others for their financial situation, because you also have to remember that money is energy. So if someone is, you know, maybe, and okay, so poverty mindset does not always have to deal with specifically what's in your bank account. You could have lots of money and still carry a poverty mindset, meaning that you could be afraid to spend, or you may feel like you're always going to lose it. You know what I mean? So Spirit is saying not to be so judgmental of yourself or others when it comes to views around money. When it comes to yourself, maybe it's just a matter of needing to heal your perspective around money and finances, and just remembering that that is energy as well. Like literally, especially nowadays when we're moving out of the time period of cash and we're more so moving into like money that's not even in existence. It's all digital. It's all literally in the air. So it's all energy. You know what I mean? So there's a focus on shifting your judgment and views of finances, how they work, how you want to improve, how you want to use it, learning from the past, healing, you know, that mindset as well, however it's resonating for you. Because I am seeing the 4 of Wands though. And this is a good thing, because I'm seeing this energy of like moving towards more of an energy of comfort. It's like Spirit is saying for the majority of people, the worst is over, because now you are addressing something. And now that you're addressing something, you can start to move forward on a path that is getting better and better and better, a stronger foundation, building upon something. Maybe you're even working together with a partner or your family or business, or collaborating, or a community to continue to improve. But it's like you're ready to move into the next chapter towards the future and leaving the harder situations behind. That doesn't mean that there won't be some other bumps in the road sometimes, but it feels like you're not going to let it get to what it was before, because you've learned so much, for the most of you, hopefully. All right. So that was week 3. Going into week 4, I am seeing the high priest or priestess. So again, there's a need to really trust your own intuition, your own psychic gifts, your own abilities, your own magic, your own power. Some of you may also have spent past lives as a high priest or priestess, in whichever culture or form resonates with you with that. Like, for example, a different way of wording that could be a medicine person, you know, if from more of an indigenous perspective. But week 4, it's really just tapping in and tapping into your power, not looking outside of you for help all the time. You have to start making changes within you. I'll give you an example. Like, one of my personal beliefs, this is just me, is that like all physical issues also have an emotional connection. So you have to get help or treatment for both. Treat the emotions that are tied to that physical issue or that may have manifested that, as well as getting the help on the physical side, like, you know, doctor, therapist, whatever it is. Treat both in order to really move beyond it. This is just an example, but if it resonates with you, that's great too. That's just one of my personal beliefs too. Sorry, I lost my slipper. So also I see week 4. Some of you are having some sort of like, so you're getting something you want and have been wanting, but it may turn out that it either creates more issues than what you thought it would, or maybe you get what you want and then it doesn't even end up being what you were hoping for some of you. So with that being said, what I'm hearing Spirit say is that there's a need to release what you think the results should look like. Because you may want something, but sometimes we want things that are not the best for us. So even if you got it, it could still go in a direction of issue or conflict or disappointment. Or maybe you get it and then it goes again. You know what I mean? For whatever area of life this could be. And that could even be related to relationships or money. Because, you know, money is in and out. So it's like you can't hold on too tight to it. You can't hold on too tight to people. You can't hold on too tight to money. You can't hold on too tight to like a specific point in time. Change is happening. So you have to kind of go with it. And for some people, this could be people that are in and out of your life, even family members or something like that. Maybe somebody came to visit and then they had to go. You know what I mean? That's just an example that I'm picking up on. But if it resonates, it resonates. But what I'm also seeing for week 4 is, what Spirit's saying is you have to keep changing or shifting your goal. Like your wish, your goal, your desire should keep evolving and changing as well. It shouldn't just be that. And then once you get it and you see it wasn't what you thought, or it didn't quite work out, or it comes and goes, you can't keep just being like, oh, but I want that one thing. Spirit is saying maybe you need to change or reevaluate what it is you want. Maybe you need to change or reevaluate what you want now so that you can now go for something bigger, better, different. You know what I mean? That is something I'm getting for week 4. Maybe you don't want the same things anymore, or maybe you're realizing that what you wanted is not working and it's time to make some change. And to trust your intuition in terms of what that change is going to look like. Also, the last message I'm getting for week 4 is a lot of you are fighting some sort of silent battle within, but you're winning. You're going to win it. You're going to overcome it, I feel. And some of you may be fighting battles in terms of a difficult period in life, or maybe you're in conflict with other people. But whatever it is, Spirit is saying stand strong. You can overcome. And even if, like I said, change has to happen, that's okay. Because ultimately, it's going to lead you to something even better, or something that you didn't even know you wanted or needed. It's like, this is a weird example, but it's just an example. It's a fun example, but it's like, let's say you go somewhere and you get a burrito bowl and you're like, oh man, this burrito bowl, I didn't even know I needed it. You know what I mean? That's kind of a weird example. I just like food, but it it could be something like that. Like, not saying it's necessarily food, but it's like Spirit is saying that what's coming after your disappointment from before could be different than what you thought you wanted or unexpected, but you didn't even know that it's what you wanted or needed, and so you have it. That's what I'm trying to say. So hopefully that was helpful. So that's what I see for the overall messages for the month and each week. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Comment below how it's resonating with you, or if there's somebody who like listens to it each week, let me know how things are playing out for you as time goes on. Like this video and subscribe to my channel if you would like to. Also, if you want to book a personal reading, you can do that on my website. Information is down below in the description. And if you choose to, you could always tip by buying me a coffee, and that link is down below in the description as well. And I will talk to you guys another time. Bye.